We finally made it to the reboot of Wrong Turn. Let's talk Wrong Turn 2021. Hey there guys, and welcome back to Dino Reviews. So we've made it to the last chapter for now in the Wrong Turn series, Wrong Turn 2021. The reboot, the remake, whatever you want to call it. I actually had a blast with this movie. Going into it, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but honestly it was a breath of fresh air. The story follows a father looking for his daughter who'd gone missing 6 weeks earlier, and what I enjoyed about the movie is actually how we went back and forth between them. I did think there was a big payoff definitely at the end of the movie when both characters meet. Now what I will say is, although I enjoyed his inclusion, I do wish they did a little bit more with his character. As for the characters, I've seen a lot of people online say the characters were quite woke and they had an agenda. I honestly didn't see any of that watching the movie. I enjoyed the characters. I thought they were quite different than your stereotypical horror characters, and that drew me into the movie immediately. We also spend about 40 minutes with these characters just getting to know them and what they're all about. I enjoyed that we kind of explored the town that they were in, that they constantly got these warning signs from people and just ignored every single one of them. At times, the character decisions are definitely an issue, but overall I was invested in their story. As for the Foundation, yes, they were not the cannibals we'd come to expect from the last couple of Wrong Turn movies, but I didn't mind that because they were just as terrifying. They had traps set up all over these woods and they pretty much knew every inch of land. That just added an element of tension for me, where you constantly felt like these characters were way in over their head. The society of the Foundation was definitely a nice touch for the movie. Now whether they pulled it off all the time is up for debate, but what I liked is they tried to do something with it. They also had their own laws, their own rules, which again was just something quite interesting about them, something you could explore further if you wanted to in future sequels. Seeing the inner workings of the society from the Foundation was also a big plus. It was interesting just to see how the society operates, and they weren't just these cannibals up in the woods. They had their own community, they had their own laws and their own court system. Now one thing in this movie that disturbed me more than anything was the darkness. It's a place where they pretty much gouge out someone's eyes, send them into complete darkness and keep them there. For me, that's a concept I actually want to see more in a horror movie, even in a sequel to this movie. I thought it was extremely disturbing and very unsettling. As I said, a movie has not disturbed me like this one in quite some years, and that's particularly down to the darkness. It reminded me of movies like The People Under the Stairs. Honestly, it made me want to see a remake of that. I do hope maybe they delve back into that in the future. I thought it was quite dark. It was a really interesting place they took the story, and something that definitely will stay with you. And that goes for the kills in this movie too. When you look at the older Wrong Turn movies, the kills were just a bit over the top and you didn't really feel for the characters. People in this one, they're being impaled, they're getting their eyes gouged out, they're getting their faces smashed in, all the stuff you would see in other Wrong Turn movies. But there was an added element of tension with this one, that you really did not want these characters to endure this brutal fate. It was quite gory, it was also very realistic, and again it's just something that stays with you after the movie ends. The movie does also get quite political at times, so they have this whole storyline dating back to the Civil War. I thought it was an interesting thing to put into the movie, but overall it just didn't work. I see what they were doing with these millennials coming to this town, disrespecting the culture, but they just didn't hit the mark. Now as for the story, I will say I did prefer the first 2/3 of the movie compared to the last act. The last act gets a little bit messy. The final girl kind of turns into this Katniss Everdeen type character within 6 weeks, and I just found the whole thing a little bit unrealistic. But even at that, I enjoyed the final act. It was full of suspense, there was a lot of stuff going on, so it does still grip you. Now the movie is about 2 hours long. Honestly, I think they could have shortened it. It could have been 90 minutes or a little bit over. I don't think it actually needed to be that long. There's even a tacked on ending at the end, which a lot of modern movies do today, which I just didn't think needed to be there. But still, I enjoyed the movie. There was a lot there to juggle, there was a lot going on, but it was still a really good time. It's suspenseful, it's terrifying, and it will unsettle you at times, but that's what you want out of a horror movie. Now, the question is this a Wrong Turn movie? I will say it is, because it does follow the theme of people taking a wrong turn, but at times I do wish this was just called a foundation, and it built up its own movie series. Saying that though guys, it fits in with Wrong Turn. It is definitely one of those movies and is by far one of the better ones in the series. I do hope we might get a sequel in the future, but even if we don't, what a way for Wrong Turn to go out. Guys, if you are a fan of Wrong Turn 2021, make sure you let me know what you enjoyed about it in the comments below. And if you're not a fan of it, why didn't you like the movie? Remember guys, you can of course subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one. We will do a ranking of every Wrong Turn movie in the series next week. But for now guys, if you want to see more videos, click that link on the right and I will see you in the next one.